And hello, my amazing social media. I'm back with another video. So, today's video was kind of inspired by a really amazing conversation, actually, with one of my good friends now. I can call him, yes. And we were talking about our businesses because obviously he has his own. I've got my own. And do you know what? The question kind of came up about was I ever scared starting it, or am I scared now? Because basically this will be the third year of, oh my god, it'll be the third year of my brand. Oh my god, that's amazing news. That's exciting. I actually thought it was shorter than that for some reason, but the whole reason why I wanted to come out and speak about it today is, one, yes, it is very scary having a business, but also, like, I kind of wanted to obviously touch upon, like, the title is like, if this failed, would I regret it? And the answer to that question is no. Straight up no. I would not. I would not regret this a single bit. So just sort of backtracking a bit is when I did start the brand, there was so much ifs, buts, I don't know, I'm not sure, and a lot of self-doubt that was in it as to, can I do this? Can I make it grow? What about if it doesn't take off? You obviously got all those questions, and obviously it really helped having an amazing first year, and once again an amazing second year, and the third year it's getting there. And so it is very, very scary having a business. You know, you do have ups and downs, which is totally normal, totally natural to feel. But it's sort of just know the fact that, like, and I have to keep telling myself on a daily basis, like, you got this. Like, there are so many people that believe in your brand and believe what you stand for, and just support everything that you do. And it's really come to light in the past month, I would say, how much support I actually have, how much love and respect I have with the brand. And honestly, it made me emotional. Every time I heard it, it made me really, really emotional. But now it's like, I'm cool making this video, there's not going to be any tears. But yeah, it really does make you wonder. And I think that's another big thing that leads to my answer saying, no, I don't regret it, because of the fact that the amount of work, the amount of blood, sweat and tears, and like I said, the amount of, like, love and support shown ever since I started, and even before I started, even this, when it was just kind of like at talking stages, it's been absolutely incredible. And regardless of how this business goes, I've always said it, and I'm sure I've said it in some previous videos, I'm so glad that it's as successful as it is, and I really, like, touch wood, I hope it continues to go in that direction. But I've always also said, if it doesn't, I'm so glad I gave it my best shot. I'm so glad that I did what I did, and I put all my time and effort and love, money, energy, everything into this to give it a good go. And I think that's one thing a lot of people are scared to do, is take that risk, because because I know a fair bit of people can be up in their head and be like, I don't know, what about if what if it fails, or the money I've pumped in, or the product that I've bought, I don't know what to do. And it's so easy to do that. I get it, I was there. But the thing is, I always sort of see it as, you've got to do all that in order to make something successful, especially if it's a product-based business. You've got to do that to get to where you need to get. But yeah, I have to admit, I'm so proud of where I've kind of come from in terms of when I first started the brand to where I am now, and literally all the amazing things that I want to do this year. I'm psyched. Let me just tell you, I'm super psyched for this. So yeah, it's a topic that I thought, let me bring to my channel, because there are a lot of people that I know who have their own little businesses, and whether it's a limited company, a sole trader, or just like a little sideline hobby thing. It is, I mean, at the end of the day, any type of business that you do, there always is going to be that whole risk, and like, oh my god, that whole nervousness come into play, and feeling scared. And it is natural. Everybody feels it. Even the most successful people, I'm telling you, They would have felt it at some point in their life. They would have had that little self-doubt creep in at some point before they were like, get this out, we are gonna go fly. So yeah, so I just, yeah, I thought it was a really, really good topic actually. I thought it was a really good conversation. It really left me feeling good. It left me sort of reflecting about my business and, you know, and thinking about this question as if it did fail. But just knowing the fact that, like, you know what, you can only do your best. I think that is the biggest takeaway, is you can only do your best. When it comes to business, and it is just, and at the day, everybody's human. You're gonna make mistakes. There are gonna be some blips. I've had plenty of blips. But it is just, as long as you can give it a good shot and a real good go, yeah. And that's where I stand with mine, is knowing the fact that I always give it my all. And you know, and I respect the whole feedback that I get as well. That's another big thing. I respect the feedback. I respect the constructive criticism that I get as well. And you know, in ways that I can just improve and listen to my customer base and just, yeah, just, you know, and also go with the flow of things. If, you know, I always kind of base on what feels natural rather than I'm trying to push this, even though I don't think this is right, like I'm still going to push it. Don't do that. Just don't do that, because honestly, it's not going to work. It's literally not going to work. I've seen it many times, and it is just go with your gut instinct, go with your heart on it, and if you feel right about it, do it. But yeah, and another thing actually, oh my god, I completely forgot to talk about it. But yeah, when I was having a conversation with this friend of mine, we sort of, like, I mentioned to them, and once again, I'm sure I've mentioned in a previous video, that in order for my business to be able to grow, I had to kind of detach myself. So as much as the business is my baby, I've kind of got to take away that emotional side to it. I have spoken about this in another video, I remember this. And it really does help. I get it. It's your baby. It's your, you know, it's your business. You want it to succeed. You don't want anyone bad mouthing it. You know, you only want the best for it. And then, you know, obviously I can imagine if you do get some criticism or anything like that, if you do hit some blips, yes, you're going to feel it so much more if you're emotionally involved. So I've always said, I get it, but then at the same time, me personally, I mean, it might be different for whoever's watching, but for me personally, I felt like I really had to emotionally detach from it in order for me to overcome those blips a lot more quicker, overcome those little hurdles just more effectively than being up in my head, being up in my emotions, because then it sets me back, and then I end up going back into self-doubt again. There's a lot of mental health and a lot of, like, kind of thing that comes out of this as well, I've realised. Because I remember thinking back about it now as, like, the amount of anxiety that I used to have about the business and videos that I've done on anxiety and having a business. But yeah, it is, there's so many little things that I've had to sort of do, that I've had to change, that I've had to kind of, you know, learn and grow from. And yeah, and I have to admit, so far it's been an amazing, beautiful journey. It has been so good, and I'm just blessed to be here and blessed to be doing what I'm doing. So yeah, I realize I kind of went off tangent there a little bit. Let me bring it back. But yeah, I always sort of say, give it a good go, then that way, you know what, you won't have no regrets. Because when I've spoken to a couple of my friends who have had businesses in the past, whether they've had it for a couple of months or maybe a year or two, so quite early stages, not something that's been around for like 15-20 years, when I do speak to them, they have a lot of regret, because of the fact that there's so many things that they didn't do. There's so many things that, you know, that they could have done, should have done, in order to actually make the business more successful. And obviously it's very sort of down to them. There's a lot of different things. A lot of it was money. Sometimes it was just, you know, they didn't do marketing very well, so obviously that played a huge impact. And one person obviously struggled with mental health, so obviously they couldn't continue with it because it just took too much out of them. They had burnout. So there is so many, I understand there's so many different kind of factors that play, but then it is, yeah, I still stand by it, and I will repeat it. It is just do the best you can do, research as much as you need to in order to in order to basically grow your business the way it needs to grow, and then also have a support network. I've spoken about this as well. Have a really good support network, people who you can actually go to and be like, I really need some really hard criticism, or probably not hard criticism, but I need some constructive criticism. I need your viewpoint as a consumer. You know, and it's the fact that you'll get that honest feedback as well. It's little things like that, and that's what I mean. I can wholeheartedly say I can never regret this. I can never, I mean, it'll make me sad, but I can't say I'll ever regret putting all this time and effort and energy into my business. So yeah, I'll leave it there, because I don't want to keep repeating myself and rambling on. I'm trying to control that a bit better. But yeah, but thank you so much for watching, everybody. But yeah, if you do have a business, just, you know what, let me put the question out to you. Like, if your business, I mean, touch wood, it never does, but if your business ever kind of failed or was failing, would you ever regret it? Or, you know, or would there be anything that you would do differently? Yeah, I'd like to put that question out to everybody who does have a business out there, because it'd be lovely to hear from you. And yeah, and once again, I'd love to know, just because it's something that I could potentially work on, to be like, it's something I've never thought about, and I kind of need to. So yeah, so thank you, everybody. And yes, I will be back soon with another video. But for now, take care, everybody. Mwah.